In this video, I'm going to compare the OG Optimus Prime toy to the brand new Supreme Optimus Prime toy. Which one's better? What's going on, everyone? My name is Eman and this is Eman's World of Geek, and on this channel I talk to you about comic books, tech, Transformers, gaming, and more. If this is your first time visiting the channel, thank you very much. Consider subscribing and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified anytime I drop any one of these new videos. So like I said, I'm just gonna do a quick comparison of the OG G1 Optimus Prime toy to the brand new recently released Supreme Optimus Prime toy, just to kind of show you guys exactly what the difference. That why did that not make sense? But to show you guys what the difference is between these two very sought after toys. I love Optimus. I love Optimus Prime. There is a reason why I have these two right here in my hand. There's a reason why I have a bunch of them up here. So I love Optimus. This is my guy. This is a guy who I want to collect, you know, as much as I can. Unfortunately, I can't get everything, but what I can add, I will add. And that's what I'm going to show you guys today. Toys that I've added to the collection, the toys that I do have in the collection. And eventually I'll just show you guys all of the toys. But until then, you guys are going to stick around to see exactly what the difference is between these two. All right, let's go ahead and start with OG. We're gonna start with OG because he's the first. He gets the treatment. He is original. He is the one that started it all. For most of us, a lot of us collectors, a lot of us kids that grew up on G1, we all had Optimus. Almost all of us had Optimus Prime that loved Transformers. And I was fortunate enough as a kid to actually have one. Now, this isn't my original Optimus Prime toy that I got as a kid. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that, oh yeah, well, I've held on to my toys as a child because I knew it was going to be worth something. No, mine fell apart and it broke. My mom threw it away because I played with it way too much. So if I knew then what I know now, definitely I'm not going to get rid of it, right? But I was like, back then I'm like, ah, shit, Optimus is broken. Oh, new toy, you know? It's just kind of like, it comes in waves when you're a kid. And if you're fortunate enough to have parents that are like, yeah, you know what, I want to make sure that my kid's happy, you know, they will, and I did, and I'm very, very, very thankful for it. So this I purchased from eBay a few years ago, and this is the one that I actually got signed by Peter Cullen. Okay, this one's not signed by Peter Cullen. The box is, but the box came with it. Look, it doesn't matter. I got the signature right here. That's what matters to me. But nonetheless, like, I have this one in my collection and I absolutely cherish and love this because this is one of my very first favorite toys. So let me just show you what this Optimus looks like transformed. Now, I'm not going to do all of the accessories because I'm not going to lie. His rocket launcher and a bunch of stuff in the back of the trailer are broken. Just, you know, kids played with it, kids used it up, and it's okay. I completely understand. I'm not going to be one of those collectors like, no, it's not in pristine form. I do not want that. That is below me. No. This tells me that someone played with it as a kid, and I'm very much happy that someone got to enjoy it, and now I do, and I'm going to definitely take care of it and carry on that person's legacy. Whoever it was, it doesn't matter, or it does. Maybe it does, but what matters to me is that I have it. This is OG Optimus right here. This is the original truck right here. So just, you know, pretty simple. Legs, pop out the back, arms, and then fold out. Boom. There's my boy. There's my boy Optimus right there. Here. Let me put his hands on. Boom. There he is with his hands, with his gun. And you can tell, look, it's super flimsy. It's super, like, it doesn't. Watch, let's go. Womp womp. See, but that tells me that someone enjoyed this toy right here, and I'm very happy that someone did, you know. And you know, the joints they're super loose on this one right here, but you know, keep in mind, man, this is a toy that's 41 years old. Think about that. How old do you feel now? But yeah, look, this is the OG Optimus right here with his hands, you know, and it's cool because it's something that I just realized is that his mask on here, his mask or his face mask, looks like the box art. In the box art, you know, he's got like it's a G1 design, but it's not the one that you would see in the cartoon itself. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, slightly different. And there's nothing wrong with that. So this is what he looks like fully transformed. Now let's go ahead and take a look and see what the Supreme version looks like right next to him. So there's the stickers that came with the Supreme version, and I don't know if I'm still, you know, on the fence on whether I'm going to add the stickers or not, you know, and it's just a preference thing for me, you know. So this feels a lot easier to transform, you know, not as flimsy, but of course this is a brand new toy. This toy literally just came out not too long ago, and of course it's going to feel a little bit more stiff. It's going to feel a little bit better. Now the gun, now check this out. Now this is something that I, you know, I'm already noticing. All right, this is what the Supreme version looks like, right? And then this is OG right there. So, you know, now you guys get the comparison between the two. Now, one thing that I can tell is that the gun itself, it's a little bit more extended, so that way it fits on his hand. Whereas the OG one, like, it feels like the handle where he holds his gun isn't as long. So, like, it feels like this back part right here, like it gets in the way with his arm, you know. But of course, still die cast. The feet are die cast. The chest is die cast, which I thought that this whole thing was die cast, but no, it's just some of it is die cast. You know, some of it has the metal, but very similar. Same thing with Supreme's version. His feet are die cast. His chest is die cast, so it does have the OG mount, but it doesn't have that illegal red dye that this one does. Childhood, you know. We dealt with red dye number 5 or red dye number 2 or whatever red dye that one is, and you know, the Cuban Missile Caresses. Just how we grew up in the 80s. All right, and there they are, side by side, with their trailers right here next to them. And this is what they look like side by side. They're exactly the same size. You know, of course, like the new ones, plastic just feels a little more plasticky, probably a little cheaper plastic. And of course, you know, I'm sure the plastics back in 1983, 84 were just a lot sturdier and better and a lot cheaper than what they are now, you know. But this is the comparison right here. This is what they look like side by side. What do you guys think? Is there much change between them two other than the colorway? Well, definitely there is. You know, of course, this is the reissue right here. This is the repaint of the reissue, and this is the OG right here. And of course, nothing's gonna beat the OG in my opinion, but it's still cool to be able to collect all the other ones, all the other iterations, you know, all the you know, reissues that have come out after this, because what they're doing is they're carrying on the legacy. You know, they want a new generation of collectors to be able to pick up an Optimus Prime, and they're gonna do stuff like this, redeco, recolor, you know, whatever, but as long as we get more of these toys in collectors' hands, and hopefully kids too. I definitely want, you know, a child to be able to pick up an Optimus Prime and play with it so that it's flimsy like that. You know why? Because it tells me that that child enjoyed that toy, and that there just really isn't enough of that anymore. There isn't enough kids enjoying toys like they used to, and I'm really hoping that, you know, well, not the Supreme version, of course, this is for the collectors. Kids, don't play with this one. We don't want you playing with this one. But if mom and dad can go ahead and find a recolor or reissue or cheap version of, you know, the OG Optimus Prime, do it, get it, you know, make your own. Nowadays it's so easy for you kids to go ahead and make videos on YouTube. Go ahead and make a little TV show playing with your toys, you know, and that was the fun of it. That was the nostalgia of it. That's exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Have fun, enjoy them. Don't just keep them in boxes like us old guys do, because that's all I'm going to end up doing. Put them back in boxes, you know. But that's how I get to enjoy it, because I've already had, you know, the privilege of playing with one of these toys, and I really hope that the kids, you know, your children, your grandchildren, get to play with toys, because they need to go outside and play with these toys again. Tell their friends, I got an Optimus. Oh, cool, I got a Megatron. Oh, well, I got a Psykill. Get out. The magic's not there anymore. It's not. And I'm hoping that things like this would bring the magic back for the next generation, so that way they can really enjoy it. You know, I'm gonna get a little sentimental on this one right here, because, you know, my guy. That's my guy right there. That's my boy. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for now. I just want to do a quick comparison of Supreme Optimus Prime and G1 Optimus Prime. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? What do you like about each one? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.